leave that where it is. But let's come back to the serious stuff.
Okay.
All joking aside, month of Ramadan really did show how mamas were suffering from all sorts of domestic abuse and relationship issues within the marriages, the mother-in-laws, in-laws, whatever relationship dynamic you can have, they've really suffered. And I think in the month of Ramadan, with everyone fasting, it just exacerbated those problems.
Which is really heartbreaking,
It's
because
really
Ramadan is supposed to
heartbreaking.
be, a month where we reflect, we recalibrate, we
Yeah,
generally become better versions of ourselves, right? But there were
yeah,
so many mamas posting about their marital problems and being victims of some sort of abuse. Did you notice
yeah.
that as well?
Yeah, I did. And it's just been really, really sad. So one of the things that what we wanted to do was support a campaign about sexual assault and consent. So we just thought that we want to find out more about how we can help our mamas. And they actually don't know where to go. They actually don't know where what they're going to do, where they're going to go, and things like that. I'm just going to drop a message to one of our guests to let them know that we are running late, if that's okay, Taz. If you
Yeah.
can continue 1 second. um
Okay, so I mean, aside from not knowing where to go for help, I mean, more than half of people don't actually come forward for help after experiencing sexual assault or abuse. So if you or someone you know has been abused, please listen carefully. We'll be sharing some important information on how to get help. So the NHS has launched this new campaign to raise awareness of sexual assault referral centres. So they're specialist NHS services that provide a safe space and dedicated care for anyone who has been raped, sexually assaulted, or abused.
yeah, so do you want to define it just so everyone
Yeah.
understands what is sexual assault? I mean, I know it seems obvious to us, but actually a lot of our mamas don't even know that they're being sexually assaulted by their husbands, and they actually don't even understand the concept of consent, especially within the Islamic dynamics of our marriages. So do you want to explain
All
that?
right, so sexual assault basically is any sexual act that a person didn't consent to or is forced into against their will. So there's sexual violence, which includes rape, groping, forced kissing, child sexual abuse, or the torture of a person in a sexual manner. So that can even happen within a marriage. I mean, anything that goes against your consent. So if you haven't consented and your husband forces you, that is sexual abuse as well. So it can happen to anyone and at any age. When someone doesn't give consent to any of these acts, it simply means that they didn't agree to it. Giving consent literally means saying yes or agreeing to it. So this is the point of difference.
I also want to add here, just because you weren't asked, or just say you were not of sound mind, let's say, you're on medication, you're intoxicated for whatever reason, or you stayed silent, or you were saying yes to something else. None of these are consent. You can't try and make excuses, after the event. Just don't try and look for those excuses like, oh, maybe it's because of this, he thought I was okay with it, or maybe it was because of that. No, when you haven't given explicit consent, it's not consent. And being married or in a relationship with someone doesn't automatically mean you've given consent. And inshallah, we'll talk more about this with Sister Megan really shortly. So if any of these things have happened to you, where you've been raped, sexually assaulted, or abused, and you don't know who to turn to, just understand that although Muslim Mamas is a safe space and you can come to us anytime, but you would need to get professional and expert help and advice. And NHS has launched these sexual assault referral centres, which we're just going to call SARCs, just to keep it short. You just search for your nearest online centre by just Google searching, or just go on the nhs.uk/SARCs, so SARCs. So if you've been so that's what you need to do, and then you'll find out where your nearest referral centre is. So Tasneem, do you want to just talk a little bit about sorry, I'm just going to correct that. It's nhs.uk/SARCs. Okay, so SARCs, Sexual Assault Referral Centre, short for. So just to
So yeah, I wanted to
quickly
share an
talk about,
anon
yeah.
basically. So we've obviously had loads of anons that go into sexual abuse or around that topic. So here's one of them. A friend wants to report a sexual assault / rape to the police about something that happened a very long time ago while she was a child. Does it matter when it happened? Do the police need to be involved?
The answer to that, according to NHS, is it doesn't matter when it happened and whether she chooses or whether you choose to involve the police or not. It's your choice. The support is available for everyone. So just please bear that in mind. It's not just if you don't feel that you're under compulsion to have this reported, or you need to go through a huge case or of trial or anything like that. It's entirely up to you. So if you refer yourself to a SARC and are considering reporting this assault to the police, let's say you are considering reporting it to the police, the centre can then arrange for you to have an informal talk with a specially trained police officer who can then explain what is involved and what are the next steps. So basically you will get all that information, and there's no compulsion on your part to see it through to unless you're comfortable, and just really want to make that clear. The
I
specially
think that's
trained,
really reassuring to
yeah,
hear. Yeah, you don't have
100%.
to prosecute or go through the whole
No,
process. You could just talk through it with the professional.
yeah, they're literally another safe space for you to go to, and they have specially trained advisors who are available to help you through the criminal justice system if you decide to report the assault to the police, and they can also support you through the trial should the case go to court. Again, this is all ifs, there's no compulsion, there's no coercion or anything like that. It's entirely your choice and it's entirely up to you, and inshallah you'll get the help that you'll need.
So just to note, sexual assault or domestic abuse can happen to anyone, any age, ethnicity, gender, social circumstance. It can be a one-off event, it can happen repeatedly, but the following groups have actually been identified at being more at risk. So women from ethnically diverse backgrounds, aged 18 to 33. So that's like a lot of the demographic of our group basically, and men aged 18 to 25, the over 18 adult population of the Southeast region, and other minority groups. So I'm going to share a video. It's a 1.5 minute video that kind of summarizes this from the NHS. So give me a second while I do that.
Sexual assault and abuse can happen to anyone. And many people don't know what to do, where to go, or who to turn to. Sexual Assault Referral Centres, or SARCs, provide a safe space and dedicated care through the NHS for people who have been raped, sexually assaulted, or abused. It doesn't matter when it happened, and whether you choose to involve the police or not, the NHS is here for everyone, 24/7, offering specialist, practical, medical, and emotional support in centres across the country. If you have been raped, sexually assaulted, or abused, and don't know where to turn to us. We are here. Visit nhs.uk/SARCs to find your nearest Sexual Assault Referral Centre.
Just checking, Taz, has your screen stopped sharing now?
Yeah.
Okay, so just to summarize, like exactly what the sexual assault referral centers are, they basically provide a safe space and offer dedicated care through the NHS for people who've been raped, sexually assaulted, or abused, and are basically available for everyone, regardless of when the incident happened. They're located across the country and they offer specialist practical, medical, and emotional support 24/7. So bear that in mind. It is a 24/7-hour service, and these services are commissioned by the NHS England and NHS Improvement, as well as police and crime commissioners, alhamdulillah. So yeah, so that's what who they're being supported by, and it's available to all of us, alhamdulillah. So I think mamas, please, I know you've gone through so much, so many of you have gone through so much, And we've had so many Anon posts about when they've been assaulted. And we will be going through one of the Anon posts with Megan shortly in a few minutes, and we'll see the advice that's also been given by marriage counsellor. Taz, do you want to expand briefly about the kind of help that we can receive in terms of...
It's not just, obviously they offer, you can talk through your issues and what has happened to you in your experience, but they actually offer crisis care as well, medical and forensic examinations, emergency contraception and testing for sexually transmitted infections as well. And they can put you in touch with an independent sexual violence advisor, as well as referrals to mental health and sexual violence support centres. So you can contact the centre to make an appointment, or you can even ask someone else to do this for you on your behalf, such as your doctor or a healthcare professional, charity, friend or family. Anyone can, help refer you to them. Just search SARC SARC or visit nhs.uk/SARCs for more information.
Okay. Also, I'm just going to end with, we're going to wrap up now. We'll just end with the small Anon post. Note there's no identifying features mentioned. So her confidentiality is still safe. A friend was sexually assaulted over a decade ago, and when she was coming home from an event at university, she was pinned against a wall and groped. She never reported it because she was ashamed and worried that she would be blamed for being out at night. However, it still traumatizes her to this very day. Is she eligible for SARC?
Yeah, she is. So there's no time limit for when a person can go to SARC and talk to someone about their experience. She can go to any centre, she can have a conversation about her experience in order to allow her to process the trauma that she's experienced.
Okay, alhamdulillah. So it doesn't matter whether you choose to involve the police or not, you still get support. So I think it's important to mention that. And then if you're considering that you are going to report it to the police, again, you're going to have an informal talk with a trained police officer who can explain what's involved and the next steps. And where, even if you want to go through the criminal justice system and you just want to know what the process is, you can just get that advice. And then if you choose not to go ahead with the trial, you choose not to go ahead with the court case, that's entirely up to you, but you will be supported and you'll get the support that you need. And that's it, I think, from us in terms of that. We are going to move on to speaking to Megan now. But just to remind yourself, if you want to find your local nearest centre, you just need to go online, Google search or on the nhs.uk website and look for SARC, SARCS, and that should help you find your local centre.